Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us early this Thursday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Tonight, a special report on a Billings man coping with a steady decline. Dementia changes lives. For millions of people across the country, the symptoms will affect your thinking, behavior, and memory. And as we find out tonight, it can strike at an early age. Ned Cabrera was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in August of 2016 at the age of 53. He is one of the 20,000 people in Montana alone living with memory loss symptoms that severely impact his daily life. Tonight, Q2's Brendan Sullivan shares his story.
When you know that your time with someone is threatened, when you know that your communication with someone is threatened, when you know that your days are numbered, then you don't fret about the stuff that doesn't matter. And none of it matters. So if he spends a whole day watching TV I don't want to watch, does it matter?
It doesn't keep me awake at night like it used to, because now that I know it's happening, it's just hard at times, if you think about it.
Time is guaranteed to no one. It's a gift, and it's a gift we just can't seem to get enough of. And as the time flies, so do our memories. We do everything humanly possible to hold on to those moments and feelings that have made us who we are. Ned Cabrera, or Nardo as his friends call him, has made more than his share of memories. He's a Montana guy, born and raised. He's married to the love of his life and has a passion for surfing. The son of a doctor, he's a hard worker, spending more than 30 years as a program manager with an aerospace company. But over the course of the last 4 years, the life and memories he's worked so hard to build are fading. He's 54 years old and living with early onset dementia.
I would say the most difficult was letting my family know, and the kids. It was very difficult. I thought it was going to be easy, but it wasn't. And now that we have a few months after it, I feel more comfortable talking it to people. And the difficulty now, it's just accepting it. I know it's happening, but I feel like I could live forever. But, it's not the case in reality, so.
Give me some. All right.
It goes down to what they call primary progressive aphasia, which basically does with your written and oral communication. So supposedly someday I'm supposed to lose those, within 5 years, 10 years. We don't know right now. Sit, stay. I'm a little more self-conscious now because I know that I get words mixed up and I write terrible, and I can't understand people talking. Those are the times when I'm aware of it and I get frustrated. Go.
When he would leave out words, the connecting words like and, the, but, I thought it was just that his speech had become sort of lackadaisical. But it was happening also like in a birthday card to me. And he would just like sometimes his E's would end up on their sides, or he would leave out those little connecting words.
See, I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't remember the word. That's another thing they say. You start losing some of the words you use. But when I use a good word, I let my wife know. If you catch me in the morning till about now until, afternoon, I'm pretty good. In the evening, it just seems a lot of things are too much. I don't understand things, and sometimes it's tough walking and things like that. So, and that's when I feel aware of it. I think I'm more worried about, not myself, I worry about my wife and my kids.
This disease slowly takes away everything we hold dear, the moments and feelings that cannot be replaced, oftentimes leaving a trail of loneliness and depression. So in its place, Nardo and Lynn choose to live every day with faith and hope, giving light to those who struggle to find their way through the darkness.
Big 5 there.
he definitely doesn't want to be any sort of a burden or a hardship. And so by him setting the standard, by him leading the way and making it okay for people to talk about, for people to ask us questions about, I think we both feel it is a great responsibility, but also a great opportunity to help families not be dealing in isolation with this.
My outlook in life right now, after being diagnosed with this, is just to enjoy life.
Say it again!
I just noticed all the little things that I worried about that aren't really matter much in life.
Water!
My outlook in life is just to enjoy as much time I can with my family, my kids as they get older, and my wife especially. We plan to do some, traveling here and there, but it's to enjoy life.
We've got family, we've got this community which is so wonderful and so responsive. I think we're both really keenly aware that a lot of people have it in so many ways worse than we do. That I don't think for a minute we would ever think to complain or, or wish it differently. I think he put it well. We're just living each day. We don't know how long we'll have.
Brandon Sullivan, MTN News.
Thanks, Brandon. Now, this year's annual End Alzheimer's Walk in Billings is this Sunday at Zoo, Montana. For more information or to register, you can visit our website right now at ktvq.com. In other news tonight, one suspect involved in a 178-pound meth trafficking operation in Fishtail, Montana, will spend the next 5 years in federal prison. 45-year-old David Dwyer was sentenced in U.S. District Court in Billings this afternoon for conspiring to possess and distribute methamphetamine. The main player in the operation, 63-year-old Merrill Gardner, was sentenced in 2015 to 15 years in prison. Attorneys for Dwyer argued today he was a minor player, only involved with about 2¼ pounds of the drug. Dwyer claimed he used most of the meth personally and didn't sell much of it. A third person in this case, a former Montana sheriff's deputy, is serving a 5-year sentence for his role. We're now moving into the next phase of the MTN Montana Wildfire Relief Fund. That's distributing the money generously given to Montana communities that need it the most. On October 9th, grant applications will be available for organizations all across Montana to apply for those funds. Fire departments across the state in need of equipment and resources are encouraged to apply. The Montana Community Foundation is also working with dozens of smaller communities to identify organizations that need help. Now, the foundation has been fundraising for 30 years now and has distributed $41 million across Montana during that time. And again, 100% of the donations for the Wildfire Relief Fund will go to communities here in Montana. Well, students in Pryor took to the streets to celebrate today. The students from St. Charles Mission School and Pryor Elementary celebrated Native American Heritage Day. They rode floats from Chief Plenty-Coup State Park through the streets of town before returning for a powwow. The princess and chief of every grade waved to the crowds as they rode by. The parade is part of the school's Heritage Week, in which the students learn about different aspects of the tribe's history from their teachers as well as guest speakers.
Cultural for the kids. They get to do fun things, and it's something we do every year for the kids at school so they can reconnect with their culture.
And originally the parade was scheduled for last week, but due to the rain it was moved to this week. Up next on Q2, eyes won't be on the end zone tonight for football. Instead, they'll be focused on the sidelines. We'll take a look. And later in sports, Scott checks in with Colstrip's undefeated football guys.
And coming up in weather, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful night tonight for us, but temperatures are going to be just a little bit cooler for us. We'll tell you about that. I think coming up this weekend, we're looking at a major weather pattern change, one that could even have snow in it. Yeah, I said the S word. More coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green.